Jake Paul, Nate Diaz, and it's all going down in one of my favorite cities, Dallas. And it's this weekend. Have you made your pick yet? Well, make it official with my partner, DraftKings Sportsbook. And new customers, all you got to do is bet $5, and instantly you get $150 in bonus bets. Get in on the action this weekend by downloading the DraftKings app. And don't forget, use my promo code TLS.
It's The Last Stand. And here is your host, Brian Custer.
That's right. It is The Last Stand. We bring you the biggest names in the sport. I'm Brian Custer. Joining me today is a guy, he does it all. Social influencer. He's a professional fighter. How about SI cover boy now? Jake Paul, the problem child, back with us on The Last Stand. What's up, Jake?
What's up, man? How are you? That's a great intro, man. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. SI cover boy, we got to get into that, but let's get to the business. August 6th, pay-per-view, showdown, Nate Diaz, a guy who you've certainly had some history with in the past. How do you see this fight playing out, Jake?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a war, and that's the slogan behind it is ready for war. And it's going to be who wants it more. He's going to keep on coming forward. He's one of the toughest men alive, amazing cardio, but I hit hard and can box. So it's really a great matchup, a great battle. But I think just based off of how my training camp has gone, that I'm going to stop him and really hurt him and put him to sleep.
I know that one of the things that's kind of perturbed you is that, he hasn't been actively promoting the fight. And in fact, I was watching one of his interviews and he said, listen, I'm not going to get into a back and forth with this guy. If people want to watch, they can watch. If they don't, they don't. All he needs to know is that I'm going to whoop his ass, end quote. What's your response to that?
Yeah, look, it's like the cool route, taking the cool route. Like I'm too good for this. I do all my own stuff. I'm a smoker. I'm a pothead. Look at me. Look at how cool I am. I don't do none of that. They can watch the fight. That's his brand. I see through it, and that's this character that he's putting on. But deep down, he really cares all about the financials, the profits, the branding, everything going into it, the ticket sales. So really, he actually does care, and he's putting on this act to try and seem cool, which I get. But I'm used to carrying the promotions for all of my fights, and it's no different here. I'm used to it, and I just personally am let down because I get more excited for these fights when there's shit talk, when there's stuff being thrown, and that's what I signed up for. That's why I wanted to fight Nate Diaz, is because of that fun that he would bring in the entertainment, and he's not bringing it, but it doesn't really matter because on August 5th, that's where everything gets settled, and people are going to get to see who the better fighter is, and they're going to get a show no matter what.
Jake, I read some of the stuff, and you were quoted by saying, if I lose to Diaz, there's a possibility that I would retire after this. Is that true? Really?
We'll see. At the end of the day, I lost to Tommy and my brand got bigger. I landed a bigger name, a bigger fight after fighting Tommy. So it really all just depends. And who knows, man? But I definitely don't plan on losing.
What did that? By the way, what did that loss to Tommy Fury do to you personally? Because I remember talking to you before the fight, and you would say, hey, look, everyone wants me to fight a professional fighter. You fight the professional fighter, and then you lose to a guy. Now, I'm just going to quote you in your words, who's not very good when asked about Tommy Fury as a fighter. So considering that, what did that loss do to you personally?
Yeah, look, I think Tommy proved me wrong. I think before the fight, the performances that he had shown, I didn't think he was very good. And then he had an amazing performance on that night. And so I do think he's good. He's earned my respect. And the loss, really, I thank Tommy because it made me double down on my conviction for the sport. It made me I believe I was cutting corners. When you're knocking people out all the time, making tens of millions of dollars doing it, you're not going to be as committed to the sport. Like your ego is going to be too big. You're going to, cut corners. And that's really what I was doing. And so after this loss, it made me realize and reevaluate and get rid of those things that I was doing to cut these corners and to bring in a better team and double down. And it's made me hungrier than ever.
Just recently, and you know this, your guy KSI announced that he's fighting Tommy Fury October 14th, and he put on their quote, "I'm going to do what Jake Paul couldn't do," end quote. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's funny that I'm the staple of that whole entire promotion. Like everyone talking about me has my name attached. And that it's all to, prove something towards me. That just shows me how deep into his head I live rent free. It's funny. But also at the same time, respect to him for taking that fight. I didn't think he would ever fight someone who is actually good. I thought it was all talk. But he's going to get knocked out. He's going to get knocked out. And I truly believe that. And, but he's going to try. He's going to try. And people love to criticize, everything that anyone does these days, but at least KSI is trying. He has the balls to step in there. And after he loses to Tommy, I'll fight Tommy and I'll fight KSI. Both fights still go on.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you this. You beat Nate Diaz. What's next? Is it KSI? Is it Tommy Fury? Is it Conor McGregor?
I'm gonna sleep Nate Diaz in a vicious way and reevaluate after that. But I'm focused on Saturday for now.
Listen, you graced the cover of Sports Illustrated. And Jake, you did it basically the week before one of the biggest fights of this generation, Spence and Crawford. What does that say about Jake Paul?
Man, I guess it's just like a nodding, like a tip of the hat. I don't know, it's pretty surreal, but it shows the reach and the impact I'm having on the sport and how big it is, how big what it is that I'm doing has become. And I didn't think it was it's surreal to me. It's crazy to me. And it's all happened in 3.5 years. So it doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, this new digital age that we live in, that's how things happen. Content is king. And that's the most important thing. And numbers matter more than anything.
And I love one of the things that I was reading in the article, you talked about, you said, I've done more for the sport than any boxer in current history. Expound on that for us, please.
Yeah, look, there's no boxer alive right now who's done more for the sport than I have in terms of paying fighters, fighter pay, women's fighting, helping young fighters, having a most valuable prospects whole entire card. The list goes on and on. My foundation opening up gyms and inner cities. The list goes on, and there's not a single other fighter who's doing even a tenth of what I'm doing.
And they also, listen, you got a new documentary on Netflix, The Problem Child, that has dropped. And I got a chance to get a sneak preview of it. What are you hoping people take from that when they see it?
I think just a level of respect for how hard I work is the main thing. I think people think I just wake up and this stuff happens, but they don't get to see the behind the scenes of everything that I've been doing now for a decade. So I think it peels back the curtain of that and how serious I take the sport of boxing, and that there is no shortcut you could take to get to the level that I'm at. And I hope it continues to bring more boxing fans to the sport and inspires, the next Mike Tyson, the next Floyd Mayweather to maybe start boxing.
We'll wrap it up with this. Have you thought about what weight division you want to settle in?
It's tough because I'm sort of in this in between. I'm not really a cruiserweight, but I'm not really a light heavyweight. So 185 is really like my best weight. So we'll see where things end up.
And Jake, give us a reason to watch. Nate Diaz, Jake Paul.
It's two guys with everything on the line. It's going to be quite a spectacle, and neither one of us want to lose. We both have the hammer to put the nail in each other's coffins, and there's a lot on the line, a lot of shit talk, a lot of things that have been said, and may the best man win.
I love it. Listen, that's what we do here on The Last Stand. We bring you the biggest names in the sport, and this guy right here, he certainly brings them in. He is the problem child, Jake Paul. My brother, it's always good to talk to you, man. Best of luck to you, okay?
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Brian Custer, and we got a new sponsor of the show. Caldera Labs is here to get your skin summer ready. Backed by a leading clinical trial where 9 out of 10 men experience healthier and visibly improved skin, Caldera Labs has the tools to keep your skin fresh and confident as the weather heats up this summer. Today, we got an exclusive offer for our audience, so you can try for yourself why so many men trust Caldera Lab for their skincare needs. All you got to do is use the code LASTSTAND at calderalab.com for 20% off of their best products. Caldera Lab creates high-performance men's skincare products by combining pharmaceutical-grade science along with nature's purest and most potent ingredients. As you age, you might notice more fine lines, the wrinkles, signs of aging. It's time to take control of your skin with Caldera Lab. The Regimen Bundle, well, it leads off their lineup. A twice-a-day routine to transform your skin. Inside this bundle, you'll find the clean slate, the base layer, and the good. Let me break it down for you. The clean slate, this is where you start your day. A balancing cleanser uses gentle plant-based cleansing, leaving all skin types exceptionally refreshed. And the base layer is a nutrient-dense fortifying moisturizer, hydrates your skin, absorbs fast, leaving you with that matte finish so you can start your day confidently. And then there's the good. It's your go-to at night, before bed, and clinically proven, a multifunctional serum that helps your skin look tighter, smoother, as well as help reduce visible wrinkles, those fine lines. And in every drop of this serum, there's 3.4 million antioxidant units protecting your skin. That Icon, the rejuvenating eye serum, well, it's here to address the 3 most common skin concerns around the eye: fine lines, dark circles, puffiness. Committed to transparency, sustainable, and excellence, Caldera Lab is on a mission to better men's skincare around the world, priding itself on clean ingredients and doing right by their customers and the planet we live in. Caldera Lab is a certified B Corporation as well as a member of the 1% for the planet. And through uncompromising craftsmanship, exceptional ingredients, and rigorous transparency, Caldera Labs is here to upgrade your skin and your confidence. Get 20% off with our code LASTSTAND at calderalab.com. 20% off calderalab.com using the code LASTSTAND. Take your skin to the next level this summer with Caldera Lab.